Hi, I have here my entire life in the form of diplomas and certificates. So I want to talk to you a little bit about who I am and how do I relate to you. Most of everything that I learned in my life has been through the process of applying it into my own life. I became a coach in 2009, and it was because after a very sad divorce for me, of course, in which I lost my period. I started my menopause at the age of 38. I had 3 ulcers. My weight was 94 pounds. It was extremely stressful, and I felt that I had zero control over my life. Not only that, but I was going through the empty nest process. My children were growing older and slowly leaving the house. So, coming from a different country, it was just simply too much to handle. I didn't know where to start. I was defined by being a mom and a housewife, and I thought that were like my ultimate values, and my question was what now? But I am a person that my whole life I have been goal oriented, and if I did something was to comprehend, understand, I dig deep into every subject that I become interested in, such nutrition, because my son is diabetic type 1, which, by the way, I have the honor to be coaching to a low carb, high fat diet, which is working miracles, but we are going to get into that later. So I want to apologize if I just go all over the place. I'm trying my best to, rather than script what I want to tell you, I want to just speak up my truth. So, like I was saying, I understood that I needed to learn how to control my state of mind, because I was emotionally depleted. I was lost. You know, it's like an Alice in Wonderland when she finds a fork on the road and finds the cat and asks, "Where are you going?" And she says, "I don't know." So the cat says, "Well, in that case, any choice is going to take you where you are going. If you don't know what you are doing, the reasons why you are doing it, the reasons behind you making this or that choice, because decisions are destiny, you will never achieve anything, because you're just, walking. Movement doesn't take you anywhere. You can be spinning in circles. Movement forward with a goal, an intention, and an idea, and a plan, and preparing for roadblocks is how you achieve whatever you want, whether it's physical health, whether it's emotional health. There are tools that you can find and you can apply, but you need to do your research and you need to walk the walk. So my first step was to become a coach. And that way I could apply into my own life what was going to better me. And I'm trying to, okay, this is just a photocopy of my diploma. And that was step one. I got certifications from the Alzheimer's Society to understand, what happens with the brain. I got certificates from Yale University on the science of happiness, which was super enlightening. Then in 2014, I decided to get a diploma on how to teach English to non-English speakers, because I thought that would help me with pronunciation and grammar. I am still struggling. Believe me, it's not easy. And eventually I got my diploma on addictions, and I got my nutrition diploma, and these are certified Karolinska Institute certifications on on addictions too. However, all these are useless because unless you put into practice everything you learn, unless you apply your knowledge, you can speak from an experience point of view. And even though it's my own experience, I can talk to you regardless what it works for me, so you can apply it to you and decide what works for you. There is so much information in YouTube these days. Doctors are speaking about the scam that has been the American Standard Diet. I call it Standard American Diet because it's sad, SAD, because it is pretty sad what has happened with the human health in the past 100 years. Not that there has not been illnesses 100 years ago. Of course they had. But the increment on food-based illnesses such diabetes type 2, insulin resistance, depression, Alzheimer's have exponentially grow. And you can see, if you look for a graph, the coincidence and how you can see how the creation of products such cereal, orange juices, ultra processed foods, most of the stuff that you find in a regular supermarket is designed for you just to buy them. We can eat whatever, but that doesn't mean that our digestion system, our body is prepared to support that food intake for like any length of time without causing serious harm. Not every harm, but most harms can be stopped and reversed. So that is the reason why I became so intrigued in the low carb carnivore diet. I have been doing keto for about 10 years on and off, but it has been hard for me to consume like a super high amount of fat and to eat some vegetables. It didn't work for me. I did not find the diet sustainable because it didn't feel natural. I wasn't eating with pleasure. I think that the best way to know that you are onto something is because you are like fully into it. You enjoy it, you want more of it, and you see the results, which I did. I lost 20 pounds. My thyroid started working again. So, like, my energy. I could not hike with my sons because my sons are 40, 39, and 35. I could not hike with them because I will lose my breath. My heart palpitations were like out of control. My energy was super low, and I was overall not very happy. 6 months ago, after I did so much research, I started the carnivore diet, and it worked like a miracle. It's uncomplicated. I am a lioness, which means that I eat beef fatty beef. Yes, I do eggs and a little bit of cheese. Cheese doesn't agree with me very well. But when I eat my beef, I am in heaven. I devour it. It satisfied me. It just, my satiety is to the roof. It's a pleasure. But the biggest thing is that it got rid of all the food noise. I cook for a living, so I'm exposed to a lot of sweets, and I make handmade pasta. I am a cook. And I enjoy it, and I don't get preoccupied if I need to taste the food. I'm not gonna have a whole ravioli, but even if you do, it's not the end of the world. Your body can handle that. Your body can handle anything. You're on the carnivore diet, and there are so many ways that you can just share parties, and you can go to restaurants, and it's really easy if you know how to select the food you are going to eat, and you are not salivating because you want the pizza and the donuts and the cookies and the cake. You just simply don't want it. So, with all this being said, I want to share with you what worked for me, what I love, the things I tried and I just don't like and I like, and what you can try. And because you know what, at the end of the day, I can guide you because I know I am a good coach, but you are the expert on you. The expert on you is you. Never forget that. Nobody can tell you what it works for you because everybody is different, and we all have different, issues. Cortisol, more cortisol, less cortisol, that is going to determine how your insulin responds. You are in a different stage of life. You can be menopausal, premenopausal, postmenopausal. You can be 30, you can be 60, you can have diabetes already. You can be super healthy. You can exercise a lot or not exercise at all. There are so many different circumstances. So to give you one pill for all will be to fail you. What I want you is to contact me, tell me what your circumstances are, and allow me to help you design a lifestyle that works for you and can help you feel your best no matter where you are at, with a plan, with a goal. And when you start seeing results, you are not only gonna be happy, and you're gonna be stuck for good, because nothing feels better than feeling healthy. So with this being said, I hope that you follow me. I hope that you watch my videos. And they are gonna get better, I promise. I'm doing my best. I am trying to improve my English since I got here to Canada 25 years ago. And I will continue my education. And I want to show you just something so you know what I'm talking about. When you look at my diplomas, you will see that they say Miriam. Miriam. This is Miriam Damele. Miriam is my first legal name. I don't use it. I go as Florencia. So that's all I had to say regarding that. Love ya. I hope you follow me, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.